and welcome back to my channel. Today is a very special video to me because it is my Peruvian look video. So what I decided to do today was that I created a look that kind of makes me think of Peru. If you didn't already know, hello, it's here on my shirt. I am Peruvian. I was born there and then I moved to the US when I was just a little tyke, and I've been here ever since. But I love Peruvian food. I obviously love my Peruvian family, everything that is Peru. So I just wanted to do this little homage to Peru because tomorrow, July 28th, is Peruvian Independence Day. If you follow me on my Instagram and you've been following me for a little while, you would know that last year I created a Peruvian look inspired by my Peruvian Barbie. If not, there it is. And what I decided to do this year was that I wanted to just show another colorful look. It's not exactly the same as last year's, but I wanted to show the process of how I did that. And of course I did use different products to do that this time. So without further ado, here is Peruvian Barbie, my little inspiration. I love her. And funny story with Peruvian Barbie was that when I was a little kid, I loved Barbie. I owned so many, and I remember I was probably like 8 or 9, and I went with my mom to the toy store, my mom, my brother, and I, and there was the special edition Peruvian Barbie on sale. And my mom said, you know, we can't get it right now, it's a little expensive, but we'll come back. Well, we went back like a week later and there was no more Peruvian Barbie. I didn't know there were that many Peruvian people that lived by me, or I don't know what happened to her, but she was gone. And I could not find her. And so my lovely husband, being the lovable person that he is, found Peruvian Barbie for me and gifted it to me on my 23rd birthday. So she does not come out of the box very often because she's near and dear to my heart. She has come out, but again, not very often. So I just love it. I just love her and her baby and all the textiles and all the colors. And it even has a little description in the back, the collector's edition. It talks about Peru and some of the customs and whatnot. And there is a different kind of Peruvian Barbie. I don't have that one, but I like mine more because she has all these colors on her skirt. So this inspired it, obviously, and then just me being Peruvian and loving Peru and all that good stuff. And I'm done rambling. So stay tuned, keep watching, enjoy this video, and I hope you really like it because it's very, very dear to me. All right, guys. Okay, so prior to beginning this look, just to have my face prepped and ready to go, I used the Bare Minerals Prep Step Broad Spectrum SPF 50 Moisturizer all over my face. I used the Brow Gal Convertible number 2, specifically in that darker shade. And I just used that dry with a spoolie and a eyebrow brush. So I'm all set to go there, and I primed my eyes using the Lorac Cosmetics Eye Primer. It has obviously worn off there because I use it so much, but I use that just all over my lids to have them prepped. So here we go. There's a lot of color in the Peruvian textiles, and that's really what I wanted to draw from. So I am going to be using this guy, the Jaclyn Hill palette. I've had it since it launched, but I actually haven't done a video with it just yet, and you can see all the beautiful colors there. And so I'm going to be picking and choosing from the palette as I go. So starting out with a fluffy blending brush, I'm going to just go in to a neutral tone right here, this color up here. And I'm going to basically put that all over my eyelids, focusing above my crease. Following that with the same fluff brush, I'm going to go into this yellow mustard-like color. And I'm just going to focus that right above my crease. So it's going a little bit along the same place that I put the first transition color, but I'm not going all the way in, I'm just keeping it kind of in the middle and out. I just want to brighten that outer area to create that yellow tone. I don't want to go overboard with all the colors, but I do want to just show how you can really bring different colors together and still have it look really nice. So I'm going to start off by taking this blending brush by Elizabeth Mott. I got it in one of my Ipsy boxes, and I'm just going to go into kind of cranberry color right here, and I'm going to start that out on the outer corners of my eyes. I did go a little bit heavy with it. I don't know if you can see, but it's pretty pigmented right there, on purpose so that I could just dab that color into the corner and just kind of set it up for the other colors that will follow. So now I'm going to start to blend just a little. I'm mostly trying to concentrate that color all in that outer corner, so I'm not really fluffing out very much or going in very much. I'm just doing very small circular motions right here. Okay, so to follow from here, I'm now going to take a flat shadow brush because I'm going to just pack the colors on, and I will just go back as I go. So I started with a cranberry light color. The nice thing about this palette is that it does have a lot of colors, both in a shimmer and in a matte, but the really bright ones are mostly shimmer. So it's really nice because I want to keep it all in the middle and inside of my lid, and I feel like most times those shimmers look the best there. It doesn't really look very nice to have a shimmer out here, so it works out in my favor. I'm going to take it from that cranberry color right into this purple color. And so I'm going to go back with the brush that I had used before, the little blending brush with the red cranberry light color on it. And I'm not putting any more product on, but I'm going to just go ahead and kind of blend that inwards just a little bit so it meets the purple that I just put on. So I am going to go in with this one right here, which I believe this one is called Pool Party. Don't ask me why I remember that one, probably because I think it's beautiful. Just tapping my brush in, and I'm going in right in front of that. Going back in originally from the outer corner with that cranberry color, and I'm going to begin to just drag it a little bit further in. Again, this is just what is left over. I am not adding any other shadow or more shadow to it. I'm just taking what was left over and I'm dragging it in as I keep adding these different colors into my onto my eye. So now I'm taking this turquoise, and what I'm doing is I'm kind of lightly stroking the brush toward the purple so that it creates that blend, so that way it doesn't look so choppy or like it stands alone, but it blends together. And then the final part that I have left really is the inner corners. I am going to go in with this gold color right here. Because of the lashes that I'm going to be using for this look, I am not going to use eyeliner. I'm just going to use a dark shadow to line the tops of my eyes to provide some depth. And I'm going to use this black color right here from the palette. And all I did there is just provide a little bit of depth for my eyelashes. Now I'm going to go ahead and apply my mascara. I am using the Voluminous Lash Paradise. I am loving this one. I think I've said that before in another video. I don't know how many times I've said it. I don't care. I just love it so much. For lashes today, I am going to be using the Allura Light lashes from House of Lashes. One more thing I want to do to my eyeshadow is I want to just brighten up the brow bone. So I'm going to take this color right here. Alright, so we're going to move on to the face now, and then I will be back to add in shadow and color to my lower lash line. So to start off my face, I am going to prime it using the Radiance Foundation Primer by Laura Mercier. I like this primer because it's very tacky and it really gives you a really glowy finish. And I just apply that all over my face, anywhere that does not touch my eye. So even though this is a glowy, kind of dewy foundation primer and it sits really nicely on the skin, I'd like my skin to just look a little more dry and a little more matte. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the Laura Mercier translucent powder with just a big powder brush. And I'm going to take that and put it all over my face. This is going to help to mattify my foundation a little bit more and to really just keep my face dry throughout the day. And now I'm going to go ahead and go in with my foundation. My current favorite is the Dior Skin Forever foundation. This is in the color 31 or shade 31. And I really like this. Again, I've said it before because it has SPF 35 in it, and it really makes my makeup last throughout the day, and it makes my face mattified. I do not get oily, and I really, really like that. I'm going to apply this one today with just a foundation brush from Sephora. This is the Multitasker Complexion number 45 brush. Just has a very round, fluffy top head right there. And I apply a few pumps on my brush, and then I go onto my face. For concealer today, I'm going to be using the Soft Matte Complete Concealer by NARS in the shade Macadamia. And just a small brush from Urban Studio. Just gonna dip that in, and then I'm gonna take that through my under eye and just drag it down a little bit in that triangular shape, and then blend it all in. I like concealer because it not only brightens up the under eye, but I can just drag it along so that it cleans up any eyeshadow that I had on the side so that it makes more of a perfect shape for my eye. I'm also going to take some of that concealer and run it along the bridge of my nose, my cupid's bow, and my chin. And then a little on the center of my forehead. To set my concealer, I'm going to go back in with the translucent powder using the Morphe M173 brush, and I'm just going to pat that back and forth, and then definitely make sure that I really drag it off and clean it off so that later when you take pictures or you're in a bright light, it does not show up so stark white right underneath. You always want to make sure you brush away the translucent powder. To continue with my face and just warm it up a little bit more, I'm going to take the Highlight and Contour Palette by Beauty, and I'm just going to use the color Contour 2, and I am using the number 75 Angled Contour Pro Brush by Sephora. So I'll take a little along the point of the brush, and I'll use that to contour my nose just a little bit. And to define my contour just a bit more, I'm going to go ahead with that same powder brush that I had before and the translucent powder, and I'm just going to stamp. And I'm just gonna leave that on there for just a little bit. For blush today, I'm going to be using the Becca and Jaclyn Hill collaboration Champagne Pop collection, and I'm going to be using the middle color right here, Amaretto, and then I will use the Champagne Pop for highlight. I like more of a subtle highlight, so I don't put a bunch on. And also one thing with highlight that really helps on your skin too is not to put it above your pores, because it really will attract the light there, and then you can really see where your pores are at. Mine are obviously over here, and they do start a little here, so I just like to keep it just as high as possible to where my cheekbone begins. And then I'll take a little bit along my nose, just the tip of my nose, the tip of my cupid's bow, a little bit along the bridge, and then I'll just take a little above the brows. To finish this look, I'm going to complete my under eye and then add in the lips, but before doing that, I'm going to go ahead and brush off the translucent powder. And it has now just defined just a little bit my contour. To complete my eyes, I'm going to take this small, tiny fluff brush by Beauty, and I'm going to use it to drag colors along my lower lash line. I'm going to start sort of in the order that I applied them, starting with that yellow mustard color, and just dragging it all the way along. And I'm dragging it up to meet along where my eyeshadow begins on the top of my eye. So after the yellow, I went in with that cranberry color, so I'm going to take that cranberry color again, and I'm just going to begin on the outer corners, connecting it. And I'm really concentrating that cranberry color just along the outer part of my lower lash line to about the middle of it. You can see from here to about here. And then now comes all those other colors. So I'm going to very lightly take the purple shimmer shadow and apply that right next to the cranberry. And I'm sweeping it a little toward the cranberry, not too far in, but just a little toward. So it again creates that blending like motion. And then for this one, I don't want to put too much gold at the bottom, but I do want to go in with that electric turquoise. So I'm bringing that in to meet at the inner corner. And the whole time I've just been using the same brush. And now that turquoise color is really what is highlighting even my inner corners. And finally, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add the lip color. Because this eyeshadow look is so colorful, I really wanted to match that within the lips. So I am using the NYX Liquid Suede Metallic Matte in the color Acme. So to keep everything in place, to set my makeup for the day, I'm going to be using the Pro Fix Oil Control Fixing Spray by Makeup Revolution London. So there you have it, guys. Here is my completed homage to Peru look, and of course to my Peruvian Barbie, which I love so much. So have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this look. It's very colorful, but it's also very fun. Give me a thumbs up, please. Leave a comment. Follow my Instagram page, Sumaqbeauty. Subscribe and check back for any new videos that are coming your way. I am on my way to go get some Peruvian goodies, so I will see you guys next time.